Let's continue. So we are in the middle of Ice Hay. So he's explaining the two stages in marriage that are reflected in Torah, in as much that Torah is made of two parts, male and female. Torah B'Ksav is the Chosin, Torah B'al Peh is the Kala. Now in marriage, there are two stages. There's Erusin, betrothal or Kedushin. That's one category. She's now forbidden to the whole world. To separate, they require a get, but there's still not one. Then there's Nisuyin, which is Yichud and becoming one. According to some opinions, that's what Chuppah is. As you know, in the time of the Gemara, these two stages were separated by a year. There was the Kedushin, where he gave her something of value and she accepted it. We do it all under the Chuppah, but it was two separate things separated by a year. And after Kiddushin, she is essentially married, although not experientially. Essentially, but not experientially. So there are these two dimensions of Torah as well, nowadays and Lasid Lavai. So he explained that nowadays is the Kiddushin. This is all rooted in Psukim and Maamar Chazal. Matan Torah was the Kiddushin. And Lasid Lavai, Mashiach is the Nisuyin, V'hoya L'basar Echa, becoming one with Hashem in the deepest way. So that's how we find that what's revealed in Torah now is revealed in a very, very finite halacha, details of halacha. That's the external dimension of Torah. And that corresponds to the Kiddushin, the Erusin. I didn't say this point, I'm going to add it now. Erusin means that she's forbidden to everybody else. And that's what halacha is, what's permissible, what's forbidden. So that's current. But Lasid Lavai is going to be the Kiddushin. And that's the level of the Mayim and of the Oyer of Torah, as opposed to the level of Rakia, which we explained at length of the last few shiurim. Now continuing in Omdam. Let's begin by Omdam. Literally the middle of the page, first line. Lasid Lavai am shochem eterish b'ksav l'terish b'al peh. But Lasid Lavai, what is Teresh B'al Peh going to unlock of Teresh B'Ksav? The female will develop within the male seed is in such a way that not only will we have the externalities, the practicalities, which we have currently since Matan Torah till this very day, but B'Efen Shegam Teresh B'al Peh is Gala B'chinas Hamayim Shebeteresh B'Ksav. The more transcendent level of Mayim, which he said, we explained, corresponds to the level of Chachma. And then there's the Oyer, which is even the Pnimius of Chachma, that's the Havraka, as explained that all Amshachas go through the three stages of Oyer, Mayim, and Rakia, as explained earlier in the Mayim and on the sheet that we gave out yesterday, or actually last week. Sunday we sent it out. So we'll also have the more fluid, literally fluid, not hardcore, do this, don't do that level of Torah, the level of Mayim. Continuing on the text, but number 44 in the text. Lasid Lavai, how is it described? How's Mashiach described? How's Yemais Mashiach described? The world to be filled with knowledge of God, like the water covers the ocean floor. Even in this world, will be a keli then for the transcendent levels of Torah. This is the pnimius of Torah, will be revealed then. More detail, the matter is as follows. In Parshas Breishis, after that explains in Parshas Breishis, binyan shamayim v'oretz b'Torah. What is heaven and earth in Torah? What's the parallel? Everything is rooted in Torah. It starts in Torah, and therefore it's in creation. Torah being the blueprint of creation. So what's heaven and earth? They are Teresh B'Ksav and Teresh B'al Peh. Teresh B'al Peh, the oral law, the practical, that's the earthly dimension of Torah. Teresh B'Ksav, and the written law is B'chinas Shemayim, that's the heavenly dimension. So what's going to be revealed? The Pnimius of Teresh B'Ksav will be revealed. It's heavenly, it's Mayim. What's Shemayim? Heaven. Chazal, The Gemara says Chagiga, that the word Mayim, rather Shomayim, Shemayim, heaven, Hainu, Shom Mayim. There is water. And explain what this means. Water is undefined. It flows in different Naidiva Ozli, in the words of the Zohar. Because Teresh B'Ksav is transcendent, not hardcore definition, and it's Mayim, and that's what's going to be revealed with Ba'aretz. Ba'aretz Deus Hashem Kamayim L'Yom Achas. B'Zeh Achidosh, the Lasid Love, and this is what's going to be Lasid Love, which we have a taste of that now. That's Chassidus. The Maimon doesn't go into that here. But that's what the Indian of Chassidus is, the revelation of Mayim, Shebet and the Eir of Torah, even the third level. But the Allah said, love, fully revealed. We talk about God, we'll experience God then. And the world will be filled with the knowledge of God, like the water covers the ocean floor, even the level of Teresh B'al Peh, which is the practicality, the external level. That's the earthy level. Will be revealed, the water level, the transcendent, the fluid level of Torah. Now, what's drawn into the land? Teresh B'al Peh, at present till Lasid Lavai, what's drawn is the external level of heaven, which is the Rakia. Already the water is solidified, as we explained. We do not get revealed down now the fluid level, and you can't. You have to have boundaries and clear boundaries. And that's the whole Avodah currently. Now we have Torah in a very clear way, Shulchan Aruch. Once that's all established, it's all going to be suffused with the transcendent. In the Rakia will be drawn, or in the Aretz, which is parallel to Rakia, will be drawn the union of the Mayim, the Pnimius will pervade and be revealed in the Chitzonius, in the halachas, in the practicality, in the borders, in the boundaries. And that's marriage, where each one reveals their Pnimius to the other, and they become one on a Pnimisdika level. Eris, and they're one externally. She cannot be married to anybody else, and he can't marry somebody else. So that's external. But the Nisuyin is that they become Vahoyul, the Yichud, and they become Basar Echad, one. And a child that's conceived as a result of that, Shezehu Amshacha Pnimius, that's Amshacha Pnimius, which it goes on to elaborate now. Are we clear? Yep. Eis Vav. Like he explains in Tanya, very foundational Perek Lamed Zayin. All the revelations that are to come are dependent on and a result of our Maisa and our Avodah. Remember the Rabbi Leivik's diuk, and it has burned these two words? Nobody. Calls man Meshach HaGolos throughout Golos. Pashtus, Maisa and Avodah is action and Kavanah. So this is a big chiddush of the Alter Rebbe in Tanya. That's not the way Lasid Lavai was conceived till Chassidus Chabad. Tell me how it was conceived. What's this chiddush here? It's a complete and absolute game changer, consistent with the whole message of Chassidus. And before Tanya wasn't dependent on us.
The Yot's going to come, and not necessarily wasn't linked to.
If you do tshuva, Mashiach comes. You don't do tshuva, he doesn't come. Kol hazakeh, kol hachayiv. It's dependent on us.
Giluyim is dependent on the Giluyim that we.
The quality of Lasid Lavi. Till then, this is an absolute revolution. Till Chassidus Chabad, it was already set in stone that this is what the revelation is going to be. Now, either you deserve it or you don't deserve it. If you don't, it'll happen because you're kol hachayiv. And if you're kol zaka, you're meritorious, you'll get it. But that utopia, that Disneyland is already being defined. It's been, the prophet spoke about it. It's already described. Come out of them. Huge chiddush of chassidus. No, those very words, those prophecy can mean different levels depending on our avodah. This is consistent with the whole message of chassidus. This is a game changer you might want to share. Yossi, you can share this at the h'tשכ. This is a huge game changer in complete attitude to life and everything we do. And that we are partners with the Eibishter in ourselves determining the quality of what the loss and love will be. Why? What's the reason for that? Because again, the whole chiddush of chassidus is God's desire for a relationship with us. It's not a reward and punishment game. That's almost still chassidus. So the reward is there. The $1 million is there. $1 million is $1 million. You'll get it when you deserve it, and you won't get it if you don't. And then there's the other alternative. If you don't, so God will force you to do tshuva, then you'll get it. That's if it's a reward and punishment game. And that's how it was till chassidus. It's the whole Yiddishkeit, reward and punishment. It dramatically and drastically was transformed by revealing that it's about a relationship with God. And if it's a relationship with God, it's fluid in this way. And we determine the outcome. It's an ongoing, evolving relationship with Hashem. So what kind of Yemais and Mashiach is it going to be? That's totally an avodah. So this is the reason why there were so many times in history Mashiach could have come. It didn't. Starting with when? When was the first time? When was the first time that it could have been Yemais Mashiach? In the Garden of Eden, they wouldn't have seen the first Aveda. Now it's black and white over there. As we told you, the Pasuk in Tehillim and the Medrash, Noira Alila al Bnei Adam. Adam turns to the Eibishter and he says, what? You framed me because your Torah talks about death and impurity. Don't blame me for this. And Hashem agrees. So the question is, like, God, what would have been so terrible if from the very outset of creation we went into a utopian era of the eternal magic kingdom? Huh? Yeah. What would be wrong with that? What's the answer? Huh? Why not? I mean, torture us. Okay, so the Sava Kodesh Boroh to torture Yidden. Why not? It would have been a very shallow messianic era. It would be a very shallow relationship. It wouldn't be the depth of God to us, not the depth of us to God. And He wants to connect to us in the deepest way. So it's got to come from the depth. It's got to be hell and vehested. And there's got to be trials and tribulations and questions and digging very deep and pain. And through all of this and with all of this, we come to this deepest connection. If you never had an argument with your wife and made up, you never did. You never disagreed. You're both goody two shoes, and you're very nice people, and you never crossed at a crossword. It's very nice, but your relationship doesn't have depth. It's got to come when you break yourself a little bit. I'm sorry. The I'm sorry deepens the relationship. You're never sorry because it's such a nice guy. So does it mean you have to do something wrong? No, they gave mikveh. Mikveh is separation coming together. The right factored into the whole dynamic of relationship is separation and coming together, distance and closeness, distancing. Otherwise, if it's always close, always available, it's just you become platonic friends, and that's the end of the story. Goodbye, Charlie.
Next time I get into a fight with my wife, I can tell her I'm sorry. The rabbi told me it's good to get in a fight.
Yeah, because there's one caveat. She's the one that decides whether or not your sorry is real, and how will you know that? If she responds with greater love to you. If your sorry brings from her greater love from you to her, and compassion and love from her to you, then it's a real I'm sorry. I know you were tongue in cheek, but I'm just using your tshuva is not lip service. That's insulting. That's insulting. That's an abuse of tshuva. That's an abuse of the I'm sorry. Everything can be abused. There's free choice in everything. But that's what happens. God plots awesomely against man. It's not going to go smooth and simple because that's not a relationship. It's not smooth and simple. You're God, I'm God, you're man. We got to be one. It doesn't happen just like that. Husband and wife are different. They're male and female. They don't become one just like that. There's lots of depth and hurdles and obstacles to overcome. Different backgrounds, different genders, and different mindsets, different needs, different needs, different pleasures. Become one despite all of that. That's digging real deep to the place where you're one on an essence level. That statement has to be elaborated upon, but I think you grasp it. Only if we get the essence level, that all the manifestations, despite being externally different, become harmonious. Harmonious, exciting. Not cause of conflict, but cause of excitement. I mean to say, fire, passion. That's tremendous avodah. Now, this is a huge chiddush of chassidus. This is a game changer, friends. Can't think of anything greater. And it affects every aspect of life. I just mentioned relationship, everything. It's in these few cryptic words in Tanya. Shekol hagiluyim de la'asid lavoi tluyim b'maseinu b'avaydesenu kol zman meshach hagolos. All the Giluyim are dependent on our Maisen Avodah that we build throughout the whole Meshach Zman HaGolus. So I'm asking you our question, answer it head on. But the La'asid Love is already described by the Nevi'im thousands of years ago. It's predetermined. How could he say it's dependent on our Avodah? Answer. Yecheskel, Zechariah, all of them. They describe it already. That's why so what's Alter Rebbe saying? Forget Tanakh. Nevi'im Ksuvim.
The quality of it there.
What those words mean, yeah. Every word in Torah, what those words mean, can mean depth and depth and depth and depth. That's Mayim. The Mayim of Torah can go this way, that way. It's fluid. Teresh B'Ksav, the words of the Nevi'im, it's all part of Teresh B'Ksav. It's seminal, and it can be revealed and expressed and evolved in many different ways, being consistent with the same words, because it's the Mayim of Torah. Teresh B'Ksav, as he's saying now. Yeah? So let's continue. So in light of this, it says in Tanya, because till now we're saying there's Eidusin and Nisuin's yet to come. Nisuin will come. Primus HaTorah will be revealed then. Mayim will be revealed then. The oil will be then. Now it's Rakia. That's what's till now. Now he adds, no, it's so simple. Everything is totally in our Veda. So all of this has to exist currently. So in addition to Chassidus being revealed in the end of Golus, he shows even a bigger Chiddush, that it's part of Tayag mitzvahs even now, even in the mitzvahs, as has been observed for thousands of years. Not just at the end of Golus, Chassidus is revealed. How so? Let's see inside. These two prakim in Tanya, Lama Vav and Lamed Zayin, it's like the foundational Dira B'Tachtonim. That's it. These two prakim, hundreds, memorim, thousands of pages, if not thousands of memorim, thousands of all the Rabbeim. So therefore, it's understood move, and since it's all dependent on Avodah now, so it's got to be the union of Nisuyin and Pnimius already present in Avodas Hashem, not just the end of Golus, as I'm saying, but throughout. Shagam Machshov Yeshna Me'ein V'Dugmas Inyan Anisuin Dilosit Lavoi. Even now there is a Me'ein V'Dugma. Me'ein means akin to, a likeness to, V'Dugma, and a parallel to the Nisuyin, the Amshacha Pnimiyus, becoming one, the revelation of Pnimiyus HaTorah, that will be Lasid Lavi. Where is that? Zel Inyan Shmini Atzeres. And this is Shmini Atzeres. So now we have, by the way, Derech Agav, a deeper appreciation why the Rebbe's Yom Tov is Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah. Simchas Torah, which is the culmination of Shmini Atzeres. That's the Pnimiyus. The culmination. So what do we see? Shmini Atzeres. Shmini Atzeres, we pray for rain. Yeah. What do you want rain for? To fertilize, to give life, to fertilize the ground, the seed. And rain comes in drops. Analogous to the physical drop of the yichud of husband or wife, which is nisuyin. They become one, and they give birth to a child that is them. 1 + 1 = 1 is mother, father, child. This child is you, both of you. That's the Amshacha Pnimiyus. That's the Yichud, becoming one flesh. That's Shmini Atzeres. And that's, as we've talked about, Sukkot is like the chuppah and the big noisy celebration. The whole world's invited. That's the Sukkot, Simchas Beis HaShe'ev on the street, and the Sukkot bringing 70 oxen for the nations of the world. But then comes Shmini Atzeres, it's the Yid and the Eibishter alone. That's big party's over, and now it's Yid and the Eibishter. Yichud Pnimi, that the world is not privy to, because the world doesn't understand this or want it. Happy with Sukkot and the hoo-ha. That's good enough for us. We want to be part of creation.
But they attacked it this year. Or last year. They attacked it last year, though.
Yeah, they attacked it. Because that's where the essence of the Yid is found. It's Dafke Shmini Atzeres. So Hoye Lebasar Echad, Yisol Malka B'Chadoihi, that's where the attack on the Yid happened. Hadarab, tragically. Yeah. So the Shmini Atzeres is me'ein v'dugmas inyan anisuyin de lasid lava. Shmini Atzeres is a foretaste and a parallel to the nisuyin becoming one, the pnimiyus, when Mashiach comes. V'amshochazu nasis adi klolos havedia the chedesh tishrei. Shmini Atzeres doesn't come in a vacuum. It comes to the whole avodah of chedesh tishrei, she avodah shemitzad etzem haneshama. The whole Avodah Tishrei is not chitzonius, it's pnimius, it's etzem haneshama. The whole year we're busy with religious doing, performing as Jews. But Tishrei is about rejuvenating being Jewish. Etzem haneshama, the essential connection. As he now goes to spell out, isn't this wonderful? Tishrei is not lost. The distant past, the echo in the past. It's right here, living in the living, burning. I mean, this is the Mali Yosef, the letters, the fiery letters of the Maimer. Torah is written with fiery letters on black fire on white fire. We explained before, so we're explaining from Sif Gimel and the rest of the Maimer in the relationship between Teresh B'Ksav and Teresh B'Alpeh. So Lasid Love, it's going to be in a way of Nisuyin, in the deepest way, the depth of Torah, touching the depth of the Jew. Showing it, Amshacha Pnimis, that's Amshacha Pnimis. Okay, now we said in the previous moments ago, Shazen Nemad, and that's why Lasid Love is described as even the level of Maim as opposed to Rikia, which is the solidified water, which is the halachas, which is the practicality. That's current, but then will be revealed the Maim of Torah. Even a Teresh B'Alpeh, which is earth, and therefore limited, and with its boundaries. Yumshach v'yizgal b'chinas hamayim. The world is suffused with this water, the bligvul, the infinite level of Torah, the level of Chachma, the flowing, the fluid level, which is the Torah Shebiksav, will be revealed down here in Aretz, in Torah Shebal Peh. Now we said that till now. However, he says now, Kedei liyaseh des ha'aretz Torah Shebal Peh. We don't want to flood the world, overwhelm the world. That's not what's happening, Lasid Lave. The world has to be, liyaseh, has to be founded. Shetuchel lekabel es gili b'chinas ha'pnimis Torah Shebal Biksav. That we in Torah Shebal Peh, as another in this world, should be able to receive this level, this revelation of Mayim, and not drown in it literally. B'chinas ha'mayim. And God doesn't want to drown us with this revelation. He wants us to absorb it, internalize it. He wants us to swim through in these waters and revel in it and enjoy them. They lift us, not drown us. So we have to be fortified, strengthened. What's that? And Yazen Nemar, about on this the pasuk says, pasuk in Micha, V'Eisonim, and the mighty ones, Eisan. Eitan is a modern Hebrew word, name. Eitan means unbreakable. It's more than chazak. It's unbreakable. So the Eitonim, the mighty ones, the unbreakable ones, are the foundations of the world. What does that mean? Says the Zohar, the words Eitonim is Oisius Tanoim. Eitonim is the same letters as Tanoim. That's the Tanoim of the teachers of the Mishnah. Shehem, which is mother with the whole Achana, is in the halachas, etc. The Achana is Nigla. His Torah is Balpeh, is articulated by the Tanoim. Shehem Amiyazdim Torah Shebalpeh. They established Torah Shebalpeh to know what to do. Shnikrois Eretz, which is called Eretz. Shemayim is Torah Shebiksav. So Ha'isonim Moisde Eretz, the Tanoim, they are the ones that establish Eretz Torah Shebalpeh, that we should know what to do, what not to do. That's Nigla. And once that's established, then we have Shetucha Lekabel P'nei Ha'Pnimius Torah Shebiksav. Then we can receive the Pnimius. Torah Shebiksav, that's Lasid Lava, that's the Mayim level. Then you're not drowned by it, but the Mayim fuses with all of the details and the boundaries of halacha. Then we'll add more words at the end, but let's say words of the Mayim. In the matter is as follows: who the Yedua she'esan, that Eitan koi al etzem anashama. It refers to the essence of the neshama. This is one of the reasons that Rebbe starts Tanya with the word Tanya, because be'emes in the girsas that we have, it's not a Breishis, it's not a Tanya. There is a girsas in Gemara Tanya b'sefer Gimel Nida. So why does he choose that? So because he wanted to start with the word Tanya, because Tanya is the same letters as the word Eisan, Eitan, and the whole meaning of Chassidus is to reveal the Eitan, the essence, unbreakable level of the neshama. It's also brought down that there is a klippa that in Kedusha. It's a klippa in Kedusha that resists the revelation of Pnimius HaTorah. Don't, but just tell me what to do, get my reward, and that's it. Don't talk to me about God and relationship. It's keep it simple. That's the holy snagdus to Chassidus. Bottom line is do the mitzvahs and get reward, and that's where it's at. I want to be happy. Finish. Don't talk to me about relationships and God's needs and desires. So this clip is called Tanya. It's called Tanya. The Rebbe started Tanya with the word Tanya to break this clipper, and that no, this Avakadosh Boroh, they wish to wants a relationship with you, and that's what it's all about. And that's the Emeseschar, that's what it's all about, a relationship with God. So that's another reason. Now, that two bridges are connected. How did the Alter Rebbe break this clip of Kol Tanya? By revealing the essence of Torah, which reveals the essence of the neshama, Eitan, or Esan. Yeah. So the Esanim, so again, by number 52, Dua, ja, sie was, weiß in Jonem Heint. Huh? Okay, that's the expression, zutragen Sach. You know. Yidua she'esan koyel etzam neshama. That esan goes on the essence of the neshama. The esan lashon yoshen v'chayzek. Old, it means also old and strong. Old. It means it huh? Yeah, it has endured the test of time. Nothing is ancient and old. The neshama is ancient. It comes from the highest level, goes back to the highest level. Shezeh ha'teikiv, rooted in Atzmos. Shezeh ha'teikiv, that's neshama eitan, expresses the unbreakable Jewish identity, the core. Umitzad b'chinas etzem neshama, and it's the essence of the neshama. Mamshichim b'chinas nishmasa deiraisa. That unlocks the inner essence of Torah. That's why the Alter Rebbe was a neshama chadasha. The Alter Rebbe is a new neshama. This hasn't happened in millennia. Why? Such a new neshama means a level of neshama not revealed yet. The Alter Rebbe's neshama reveals, carried with him, the etzem neshama, as it's rooted in chelik alakami mal mamet, which is why he wrote those words. And with this, he unlocks the essence of Torah, Chassidus. At which level Eden and Torah and Eibishter are all one. That's all that address is Eitan, Tanoyu, Eitan, Etzem HaNeshama. So the Etzem HaNeshama reveals Nishmasa, the Raisa, the inner essence, the Neshama of Torah. The Pnimi is the Torah. How divine providence is talking about this now. Today, Yud Kislev, and then Yud Kislev. It's all about Gilead Chassidus, right? So it's the etzem and the neshama that has to be expressed, that can reveal. He reveals Torah. So to reveal the etzem of Torah, you've got to operate on the etzem of the neshama. That it be revealed in the oral law and learning in seichel and articulated. Okay, we'll stop here. So we now is going to relate it to Shmini Atzeres. So it'll be good. We'll go to Shmini Atzeres and we'll review what we just said now, so we get the flow and understand that the Eibush made Shmini Atzeres. That's the tippa. That's the beginning of this gilui, me'ain of this gilui, the ultimate gilui of lasted love. Yeah, as you're saying, Shmuel, and in an awesome, terrifying way, this happened October 7th, Shmini Atzeres. Yeah.